Hey guys, it's Alyssa Marie, your intuitive reader. Today I'm back with another really quick pick a card reading. We're going to be finding out which deity has a message for you. This is either a god or goddess. I am doing this reading because I got this new deck that I really like. The artwork is beautiful, the messages are beautiful. It's the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians Oracle cards. And I have 6 piles here, but before we get started, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, crystals, guided meditations, decks, etc., the link to my Etsy is down below. And if it would help me out so much if you guys hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. I try my best to upload every Tuesday and Thursday. So let's go ahead and get started. We have 6 piles here, so go ahead and intuitively choose one or more piles that you are drawn to. We have pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So go ahead, take your time, and we will get right into the reading. All right, if you chose pile number 1, which deity, god, or goddess has a message for you today? We have, oh my gosh, I always suck at saying this one. Asclepios. This is the Greek god of sacred medicine. So because of we might not know exactly who this deity is, I'm going to be reading a very short excerpt from the book for each of the piles, and then I'll give you what message I am getting, okay? So let me go ahead and pull that. So, okay. Asclepios, pronounced Asclepios, was the greatest healer of the ancient world. As a baby, he glowed with a halo of golden light. By the age of 6, Asclepios could name every medicinal plant and understood basic anatomy. Mentored by Chiron the centaur, he matured into a consummate physician, surgeon, and pioneer of scientific medicine. His vast sanctuary at Epidaurus comprised a sports stadium, theater, baths, a dream temple, and a hospital. Asclepius believed that the injured and infirm needed medical treatment in combination with exercise, music, dance, and story. His priests would record patients' dreams and use the information to prescribe a cure. The serpent-entwined rod of Asclepius is a symbol for numerous medical institutions today. Oh, interesting. So what I'm getting with this is, first of all, pile number 1. If you have any type of relation to the medical field, like this is a yes for you. This is a strong message of yes, you should be becoming that nurse you want to be, that doctor you want to be, that surgeon, that healer that you want to be. That's a message for anybody who resonates with that. The other message I'm getting to is to pay attention right now to your health. And not just your physical health, but your mental health as well, making sure you're taking enough time for yourself. I also feel with this card, you know how it mentioned in that short passage, it mentioned about he knew all the plants and all of this. If you're somebody who's interested in learning about the different plants in your area, this is that message to go ahead and do so. I think learning about the different plants and herbs and things would be something that would help you on your path. I also feel, you guys truly are healers. Whether you resonate like with the actual medical field or not, you are a true healer, okay? You've been a healer since a young age. You have the ability to truly change and heal other people energetically, possibly physically or mentally, but definitely for the majority of you, energetically. And I think this is a message for you to definitely, he wants you to look more into that, to be able to incorporate that into your life for yourself, but also for other people. Let's see if I'm getting anything else from him today. I also think too, this deity is coming up for you because of the need to really heal some past wounds. So maybe look into calling upon him to help heal wounds. And when I'm talking about wounds, I'm really talking about, energetic wounds from our past. traumas that have yet to be healed. But isn't this a gorgeous card? I love the artwork. So that's what I have for you. Oh yes, also understanding that medicine can be a number of things. So, I mean, I'm sure you heard of the phrase laughter is the best medicine. Understanding too that medicine to us is anything that heals us. And so, for example, if it really heals you to go out into nature when you're feeling sad, that is a medicine. And so kind of figure out what medicines are sacred to you. Is it exercise? Is it creativity? That is what he's calling you to. All right, so definitely do more research on this deity. He has come forward for a reason. Thank you so much. Pile number 1. All right, if you chose pile number 2, this is the deity that is coming through to you today, either God or goddess, for a specific message. Oh, beautiful. We have Hathor with soul family. So because you might not know exactly who this deity is, I am going to read a very short little excerpt. It's literally like a paragraph, what the book says about Hathor, and then I'm going to give you the messages I have for her, okay? So Hathor, let me get out the book. Beautiful, beautiful. She is an Egyptian deity. So it says Hathor, soul family, destined reunions, support for your journey is here. Beloved to ancient Egyptians for over 3,000 years, Hathor, or it says here pronounced Hathor, is a goddess of light, joy, and gratitude. She was a guardian spirit of women and nourished the universe with her milk, including her son Ra. Her temples were full of dancing, music, and pleasure. Her symbols are the sun and the moon, a lioness, a winged cow, a sycamore tree, and a rattle used at celebrations. Queen of both the underworld and the sky, this multi-talented goddess manifested as the 7 Hathors who appeared at a child's birth and foretold its destiny. In goddess spirituality, Hathor presides over the moon temples, sacred gatherings that draw together ancient soul circles to receive divine downloads and worship the goddess. Beautiful. So this card is definitely about reconnections and reuniting, or possibly new connections. With the key words soul family, Hathor is here to remind you today that you are really going to unite with people that are on your level of frequency at this time. Now remember that the level of frequency that you vibrate at changes over time. And so that's why particular connections do end up fading. They don't work out. There's no clicking involved. And that's just because you and this other person are not really meant to be at this time. And so this might have happened frequently for you recently, but know that Hathor is coming in and she is helping to bring to you and show you that there are new people coming in for you, okay? Mainly new people. For some of you, it's going to be people that you reunite with. But for the majority of you, it is new people. And these people are going to resonate with you. Now, just because the people do resonate with you, remember this. Just because you are jiving and vibrating at a similar frequency does not mean that you share all the same opinions and belief systems. But rather, it just means that you are energetically meshing. Because, for example, like my husband, he and I do not have the same spiritual beliefs and beliefs about certain things, but I still mesh with him immensely. So that's not to say that, these people coming in as your soul family are people that completely believe and have the same beliefs as you, okay? Now, remember that members of your soul family are souls that were birthed at the same time when your soul was birthed. So I talk about it in a video I have on my channel. It's called like Soul Family. I think I talk about the difference between soulmates, twin flames, things like that. You can check it out. But very briefly, there are numbers of people in your soul family, number of souls, I should say. And so, for example, one group might have, 20 souls, another might have 30 souls. And at every single time, at every single moment, all of those souls exist simultaneously. Except some of the souls exist, like say you live in the US, this other soul exists in Japan. You live on planet Earth. This other soul exists in the Arcturian star system, but they're existing simultaneously. And it is rare that we come across or connect with more than one of these souls, but it looks like for you, you might actually unite with more than one of these souls. Remember too, these souls can be guides. Either way, they're coming in for you, pile number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and good luck. Definitely connect more with this beautiful deity, Hathor. Have a great day. All right, if you chose pile number 3, this is your message. Which deity has a message for you, God or goddess, today? We have Hell with end of a cycle. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Now, because you and others might not necessarily know who this deity is, I am going to read a very short excerpt from the guidebook that just kind of talks about who this deity is, this goddess is. So let me go ahead and do that quickly. Okay, it says Hell, end of a cycle. Release, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It says, release what no longer serves you. Prepare for transformation. Hell is an enigmatic Norse underworld queen and goddess of death. Her striking appearance, half light and half dark, represents the spiritual netherworld over which she rules. It's a mysterious healing realm where those who've died from disease or old age receive spiritual renewal. Hell is a soul midwife who cares especially for women and babies who die in childbirth. Her powers have been universally feared by patriarchy. The Norse gods called her monstrous. The medieval Christian church named their Hell after her. Oh, that makes sense. Very interesting. This powerful goddess brings guidance for inevitable change, transitions, and endings. Her symbols are ravens, black crystals, and the rune symbol Hagalaz, and I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. Wow, what a powerful deity and powerful card to get. Beautiful. I love this card. Wow. See, I haven't really seen all the cards in this deck yet. It's new for me. Look at that. See the half light and half dark. Okay, so what this is basically saying for you, pile 3, is that there is ending coming to your life. Okay, there is ending with a connection. There is ending with a police. What the heck? Belief system. I have no idea why I said police. I was gonna say like belief system, and I was like police system. That was weird. There is an ending with a cycle of some sort, and this ending might be scary to you. It might be emotional for you, intense for you. You might be aware of this ending. You might not be aware of this ending. Either way, it's going to happen, and know that Hell is telling you it is part of your destiny. Okay? This light and this darkness that exists, this birth and this death that exists in our lives is essential. She's also calling to you to really invoke the powers of your divine feminine side. Whether you are a male or female, it does not matter. The divine feminine energies are those of creativity, of intuition, of nurturing. She wants you to bring forward those gifts and those sides of you, okay? Because she wants you to really use your intuition in particular to realize and see through your higher self's perspective that this ending is essential, that this ending is not, that it has to happen. It is no longer aligned to you, just like the book says. So whether this be a person, right, a connection, for a lot of you, I do think it is a connection, but it can be other things as well. It is time to let it fade and let it die. It is a cycle. If it is meant to come back around, if this person, if this thing, whatever it may be, is meant to come back around, when it aligns with you, it will come. You do not have to chase. You do not have to force. You do not even really have to attract. It will come when it is meant to come. This happens, a lot of times we think things are attracted to us because we're really thinking about them. Yeah, that can help, but truly you're attracting things all the time, whether you know it or not, okay? And so know that there is going to be a lot of ending. There is going to be a lot of, quote unquote death, but don't let that death fear you. Just like they feared Hell, do not fear. the power of what this death is going to bring to you. Now, she wants you to definitely connect with her. She wants you to look up more about who she is and what she stands for. I think you're going to really like this deity. Connect with her at this time, all right? So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. All right, if you chose pile number 4, this is the deity, god, or goddess who has a message for you at this time. We have Ra. Oh my gosh, I love Ra. Ra is a deity that I worked with for years. I don't necessarily view him in the same light as I once did, but we work together. We work together so strongly. So we have Ra, share your gift. Look how gorgeous that card is. Share your gift. So I'm going to read a very short excerpt from the book so that you know who Ra is, and then we will get into the message I see for Ra, or from Ra to you. All right. Let me get out the book. So Ra says, Ra, share your gift. The perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. Ra, pronounced Ra or Re, was the god of heaven, the sun, and the origin of life in Egyptian mythology. Described as creator of everything, he was so powerful and popular and his worship so enduring that some scholars say that Egyptian religion had only one god, Ra. The Egyptians built solar temples in his honor, and throughout the dynastic periods he took many other blended forms, such as Ra, Horakti, and Amun-Ra. Ra was a high priest in Atlantis and watches over those who are now rediscovering their ancient Atlantean gifts. I also have channeled, Ra has told me personally, in my belief, that Ra is a blue avian extraterrestrial as well, if that resonates with you. So we have Ra, share your gift. So with this card, pile number 4, it's about saying yes. If you've been thinking, should I say yes? Should I say no? Should I do this? Should I do that? The answer is yes. It's time to kind of step out from the shadows. I think pile number 4, a lot of you do wait. And I think a lot of you wait for a number of reasons. One of the reasons that's coming through strongly for the majority of you is fear of failure, fear of rejection. But either way, it all stems in fear. Maybe I won't be good enough. Maybe I won't have enough money. Maybe this person will think this of me, right? This is stemming in fear. And fear is a very natural human emotion. But I want you to remember, and I've told myself this, never, ever, ever again, okay? Never, ever, ever again not do something for fear. If you can't do something because, let's say, you are not financially equipped to do it at this time, or you cannot do something because you would need to travel to do it. But if it's, I'm not doing this thing because I'm afraid, I want you to try to erase that, okay? Because no, you have no need to be afraid. You are protected, you are loved, you are strong. Ra protects you. Ra is with you. He wants you to share yourself. Sometimes, like I said, maybe you guys kind of sit back, maybe a bit of a wallflower at times. Maybe you're more reserved, don't have to be. I think a lot of you probably are, though, that picked this. It's time to kind of step out of your shell, because your shell that you put in place is not a shell that exists for everyone, but it exists for new people, I feel. And a lot of times you do not necessarily show your true colors and your true self to those around you for fear of failure, rejection, etc. Ra wants you to just share your light and share your gift with the world, okay? So that is the message Ra has for you guys today. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, yes, and he wants to work with you. Don't forget this. Please make sure that you research more about him and connect with him. All right, if you chose pile number 5, this is the deity, god or goddess, who has a message for you. This is Amaterasu with No More Hiding. Ooh, I love this card. So gorgeous, Amaterasu. I am going to tell you what I see for this card, but first I am going to read from the book a short little excerpt about who Amaterasu is. Okay, Amaterasu. Amaterasu. Amaterasu or Amaterasu. I hear it both ways. It says, no more hiding. Come out of the cave, shine brilliantly. Amaterasu is a supreme Japanese Shinto sun goddess and daughter of the creator god Izanagi. Her name means great shining heaven. Japanese emperors are said to be descended from Amaterasu, and she's the highest deity in Japan. Shinto legend relates how Amaterasu retreated into a cave when her brother, Susanoo, began neglecting his divine role and creating mayhem. So important was Amaterasu's light that her disappearance plunged heaven and earth into disastrous darkness. Desperate for her to emerge, the deities created rituals to entice her out, including a mirror placed at the mouth of the cave. Amaterasu saw her shining light in the reflection and never hid herself away again. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. So, what's coming through with her is she wants you to know, first of all, this is actually similar to the previous pile. You guys are not always genuine with yourselves and with others, not because you mean to be, but because I feel there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear of rejection, a lot of fear of failure, a lot of fear of being yourself around other people or taking the leap. And so sometimes I think you kind of maybe put on a mask and change who you are to fit in, or put on this is the thing. I think for you guys, this is not so much about other people, but more so about yourself, okay? For the previous pile, it was more about other people. This is about yourself mainly. So I think a lot of times you guys put a mask on. Now, remember, this is a metaphorical mask that you kind of hide who you truly are from yourself. Now, this has to do with aligning to our truth, when that's truth with a capital T, which is our life purpose. Sometimes our lower dimensional self kind of tricks our higher dimensional self into thinking that we are less than we truly are. Just like in that story, that little excerpt we just read about Amaterasu not really knowing her own light and how important she was until she looked into the mirror and saw it. This is you. Sometimes I think, elements of our society, the media, other people's opinions, things like that, they create a certain narrative that we believe we have to follow. Okay. And so sometimes we will change ourselves, and it's not even sometimes, it's almost all the times. We have all done this, where we're like, okay, I'm not going to wear this outfit because people might think it's weird. I'm not going to, I might hide my accent to say I'm from somewhere else. I might not tell people I love this band because they're going to think it's stupid. Anything like that, something little or something huge, where you're hiding from your genuine self, trying to fit in. And sometimes I think there are particular beliefs you may hold, or even things you want to do that you end up not doing because you're like, okay, well, of this fear. Like, I'm hiding in the shadows because I'm afraid to step out in the light for fear of, again, judgment. From maybe your elders, from other people in your life, but even your higher self. I think there's sometimes a disconnect with that. Make sure that you are paying attention to what your higher self wants. Your higher self is your true self. Your higher self is yourself that exists in a realm that is not dictated by society, by the media. You are existing the way you want to exist, and you're seeing the love and the light that exists within you, because you are beautiful, you are strong, and there is no more need to hide anymore. All right? That's what I have for you, pile number 5. Thank you so much. All right, last but not least, we have pile number 6. This is the deity, god or goddess. Which one has a message for you today? Oh, beautiful. We have Kali Ma. Oh, I love this card. And I am really being called to research more about Kali Ma, goddess. She is a Hindu goddess. We are going to be reading a little short excerpt from the book about her right now, and then I will tell you what I see for her message. She has the keyword spiritual transformation. So let me go ahead. This is just a very short little paragraph. Kali Ma, spiritual transformation, a cycle of intense rebirth. This is your awakening. Hindu goddess Kali Ma is a fierce powerhouse of the creative feminine life force, or Shakti energy. The ultimate spiritual transformer, Kali confronts you with your darkest fears. while simultaneously activating your eternal light. Her razor-sharp swords destroy everything that isn't authentic, and her skulls represent the death of the ego. Kali is a lightning bolt of truth that initiates sweeping change. Working with Kali can be an intense process of stripping away, yet it reveals our deepest spiritual power. Her symbols are the void, the cutlass, skulls, and red hibiscus flowers. Yes, she is such an intense deity, and a lot of people, let me try to get a little closer so you can see. A lot of people kind of, I think when they see her, are intimidated by her. She is intimidating. She is intense. But you know what? She's reminding you guys, she wants to work with you and she wants to help cut away things that no longer serve you. There is a very immense and intense spiritual transformation happening for you at the moment, or that will be happening very soon. And when I say intense, this is, a lot of times people think spiritual awakening is like, ooh, sunshine, butterflies, love and light. Well, with Kali, it's more like, crying in your bed, seeing things differently, feeling anger, feeling rage. This is her. And so I also see, with this card, there is such so much to heal for you guys, specifically around the childhood or around past lifetimes, in which she wants you to cut away those elements of you that are no longer serving you. She doesn't want you to ignore them, but she wants you to accept the darkness within. There's a lot of things too that are in your life. I do feel several, guys, that are not serving you, people, belief systems, goals. She wants you to cut those away. She wants you to see the darkness that exists within you. She does not want you to shy away from that. Shadow work is on the horizon for you guys. If you guys are interested, I do have a shadow work reading in my shop, but also I do have a shadow aspect reading on my YouTube you can check out. It's a pick a card reading. Remember, shadow work is not necessarily ever denying the shadow. Each of us always has shadow and light within us, but being able to honor the shadow is the way to really transform into light. And she is there to help you transform. But do know that when you work with her, I have been told she is quite intense. She can be a bit intimidating, but know that she is here to help you. She knows you guys can handle it, and that is why she has chosen to come forward for you guys today. This is a big spiritual transformation and metamorphosis of you, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.